they're trying to do something original, but they're still at the same time like using the other films too much as a blueprint on like how to create their short so that it works in the anthology.
Remember, fresh souls taste the best.
What's up, YouTube? It's Drive-By Movies here, and you are watching
Fresh Releases.
My name is James.
My name is Blaze.
And today we're checking out the new entry into the v.h.s franchise, v.h.s 99, which just hit Shudder.
Play or die! Play or die!
Witness a hellish vision of 1999 as social isolation, analog technology, and disturbing home videos fuse into a nightmare of found footage savagery. So that is the funniest synopsis ever, but that is the v.h.s 99 synopsis. I feel like you could just change the date to 94 and it could also be the same exact synopsis for v.h.s 94 as well. So
as well as 1990 also, I feel like.
Wait, there's a v.h.s 1990?
No, there isn't, but you could just add any year at this point. But the fact that they skipped to 99, well, I'm like, well, now you're done. Now you got to go 2000 next.
No, I think the next one they declared was like 80 something.
Oh, they did. Okay, I knew the next one they did already announce another one, so we're getting another one next year. But yeah, I didn't realize that there was a 80s one that they're going back to.
Yeah, it seems like this series, you can't kill it at this point, and I feel like honestly, I think I'm just repeating a dead horse here. I liked v.h.s Viral. I saw it in theaters. I think that added to it. I think the same thing can be said when it comes to you. You liked v.h.s 94 because you saw it in theaters. I hated v.h.s 94. So I think honestly, this series should be over by now, especially v.h.s 99. I'm going to assume you watched this at home, or did you watch this in theaters?
There's, from what I it did actually premiere at Beyond Fest a month ago, but it was playing on a Saturday, and your boy works retail, so it's kind of hard getting Saturdays off, especially when I went to Vegas for that hectic when we were young weekend, for those of you listening. But yeah, so I wasn't able to see this one in theater, so I watched it from the comfort of my home, like I'd say 98% of the people who watch this movie. Yeah.
So I'm just going to assume that if we do the basic math that I kind of just laid out there, I'm going to assume, I'll just outright say I did not enjoy this film. Like, maybe the first short, but it quickly lost its charm. Like, this movie just quickly descended into a savage, hellish vision.
Really? So I had fun with it, though. So here's the thing, though. Because I watched it from home, I was kind of just watching each short, pause it, and would do something. Then I'd come back into it. So I didn't watch it as like a normal movie.
That's actually how the filmmakers wanted this film to be viewed. So that's crazy that you watched it this way.
In a way, though, yeah, I watched it like it was a TV show almost. Like I watched an episode here and there. It took me about a day and a half to finish it. So I was taking breaks here and there throughout it. But one of my gripes is it doesn't have the wraparound story. Like, the wraparound story hasn't been good, I think, since the second one. I know you like the wraparound in the third one. Yeah, so I'm not saying, though, that this one really needed a wraparound story, but it was just awkward not having it for the most part, I guess you could say. Like, at this point now, it kind of just feels like it's a TV show, and the wraparound was at its worst in the fourth one anyways, and I didn't really care for the third wraparound movie as well too. So skipping at this one, it just felt weird, but like at this point I'm just like, we're just watching like a TV show now, and that's how I basically watched it. Just paused each short film and continued later on in the day and stuff. But
yeah, for me, like the reason I felt like this film was just such a slog was I feel like we're on this is the fifth movie now, right? I mean, anything's pretty tired by the fifth movie. I think we noticed even last time that it was getting pretty tired, even in the fourth one. But I felt like when it comes to like the first, maybe not the first film as much, or I guess, yeah, the first film, second film, even the third film, it felt like every like video was very like trying to do something different, where it almost feels like here in 4 and even 5, like they're just trying to redo shorts from the previous films almost. Like they're trying to do something original, but they're still at the same time like using the other films too much as a blueprint on like how to create their short so that it works in the anthology of whatever VHS it's being created for. It just, like, for example, the one with the kids, like the Medusa one, it just felt exactly like something we've already seen. There was nothing original. I understand that the original thing was, oh, you've never seen a Medusa before, or you've always heard of them, but you never seen one in like a horror element. It's just not enough to excite me there. There's one little thing there when the whole short just doesn't feel original. It just feels like, oh, this is kind of like that scene from American Pie or something like that. It's nothing exciting there. I thought like some of them had elements that might be kind of exciting, but they just go on for far too long. The only one I kind of like, but I freaking hated all of the characters because they're annoying, is the first one. I liked some of the effects in there, but ultimately the film doesn't really have like a major like twist or anything. I felt like that was surprising to make me enjoy it as a short alone. I just feel like all these shorts don't stand with any legs of their own, and they barely even stand within a VHS movie. So I feel like it's time to just axe this series almost.
I mean, I'm down for these, but I think cranking them out every year is going to be a little bit too much overkill. My problem with the shorts overall is, though, yeah, none of them felt fresh whatsoever. Like, there are elements that haven't been done in the series per se, maybe, but like a lot of it still felt very familiar towards, like you said, some of the shorts from the previous ones, as well as like just other movies. But like overall, nothing felt brand new. And I'd say my favorite ones were probably the band one as well as the sorority one. But what I liked about those ones were it gave us characters I didn't care about, so it's more fun being like, yeah, die, make it gory as heck and stuff. So that's like the benefit of it. I don't like when short films try to make us care about someone for too long, when I'm like, we already know they're gonna die, or like this is a short film, like you only have like a few moments to get to the point and stuff. So like that's kind of the case with all the characters in every single one of these movies. Like all of them are so barely in it that you don't really care about them. It was fun to see Trevor from Grand Theft Auto in this movie, I guess you could say. That was like an interesting part of the third short film within this movie. But yeah, like, I mean, I enjoyed this one, but like we were also talking about, nothing really about it screams 1999, except for the last two of them. They kind of bring it up at certain points, but yeah, I just think that like we need a break, or like bring back someone like old school or something to try to reinvent it, maybe. Just because, yeah, at this point it just feels like it's a TV show. But overall, I still had fun with it.
I will say one of the other things is you have a good idea about bringing back like a filmmaker that maybe we care about. They tried that last time with Simon Barrett, and sadly his short was like one of the weakest ones in that film, which is disappointing. But at least when it comes to all these films, I feel like a lot of the filmmakers, there's nothing like super to get excited about. I know for the next one, it's a big deal that like Scott Derrickson is going to direct one of the shorts for it. But I feel like he's made so many other like big movies that like it's almost like a step down to go for a VHS. Like I feel like VHS, when it came out originally, was like almost like a calling card. It really took like making a short film but making it part of a feature. It was a lot of guys that hadn't done features, but I don't feel like any of the filmmakers we've got from the past ones that were filmmakers we didn't know going into the movie were somebody to really keep an eye out for. Well, I guess, sorry, I will say Chloe Okuno is probably the best thing to come out of the last VHS film, but how many filmmakers in that last film? It's not a good ratio if we only got really like one. And then same for even the film before is really just Moorhead and Benson, really. So it just seems like they've kind of lost that special touch, and then I don't know if it's just the filmmakers that have been involved really haven't capture that magic that the original films had, or maybe even now it's like making me doubt if even the original films were that great to begin with.
Yeah. Well, I know. I just want to see someone like kind of just swing for the fences with them and stuff. Like I'd say Timo Giganto did that with the fourth one at least. I just thought his was weak compared to Safe Haven from the second one. I know he did a collab with Gareth Evans on that one, so like but he got his solo shot with the last one. But like you expect a lot from people like Timo Giganto or Simon Barrett, but when Chloe Akuno, someone who I wasn't familiar with, made my favorite short film from that one, and then also came out and made Watcher earlier this year, like are any of these filmmakers going to do it? I looked at what they did and stuff, and like it's all stuff that I do want to check out and stuff that I'd heard of, but nothing in this one screamed, oh, I need to see what else they did and stuff. And so I just miss like them kind of swinging for the fences. Like I remember when that first one with the succubus came out, like I was like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna do and stuff. And look who ended up doing that. That was David Bruckner who made that film. And then Joe Swanberg, Ty West, all people who went on to make some big movies. Adam Wingard, of course, too. And like all these people, like they made some good fun movies, I guess, but like, are they going to be the next big thing? And it felt like, people had, this was like a calling card doing a VHS movie. Like, oh, watch the short film. You'll trust me to do a Marvel movie next or something.
Mm-hmm. And I think the more that I actually think about it, I do feel like it's the novelty really has worn off. Because even thinking about back like Joe Swanberg's feature, I think his VHS short film was exciting kind of at the time, but maybe even thinking back, it's like it didn't make sense obviously in the grand scheme of VHS. And Ty West obviously was kind of weak at the time, but they've gotten to do greater things. Maybe just the novelty of something shot on VHS or told in that VHS universe is kind of losing the magic that it had being a novelty. Like any franchise, I feel like now you're on the fifth movie. What are you really going to do next that's going to make it special? And the past couple iterations have been extremely disappointing. This, especially for me. I know that's not the case for you, but for me, it's just like, oh man, I'd rather watch anything else. Like I know that the guys that did Deadstream did a short in this film, and I honestly wish I just watched that instead, because I know it's not going to be 5 different shorts,
Right, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, overall, I'd say this one is one that, like, I don't feel the need to ever revisit, because I find myself revisiting the first and second, like, quite often. But this one, like, I might, like, if I ever have a VHS marathon with friends, like, yeah, sure, I'll put it on. It's a good time, but just nothing here scream, like, this is the best and stuff. So, are we completely wrong? Are we full of it? Let us know in the comments below. You can check out the movie on Shudder right now. It's an exclusive on there, but you can also rent it through our Amazon affiliate link in our description box below.
And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and click that notification bell to get all of our latest updates.
And if you can't get enough of us here on YouTube, check all our social media links down below for Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. That'll conclude this week's episode. Tune in next week for a brand new video, guys.